Of course, owning an estate and other properties are evidence that you are prosperous in your life. If you possess a luxury yacht or a private jet, then it just tells the world you have deep pockets, right? Well, the thing is, there's something you can obtain that would absolutely tell the world you have made it, and that is owning a private island. Imagine walking on your own piece of paradise while enjoying some cocktails. That would be the best description of luxury. In this video, we're going to reveal how luxurious obtaining a private island could be and what are the hidden costs, so that you can ponder if owning a private island is truly a good investment. Welcome to Luxury at Large. Acquiring the private island itself is, without a doubt, the primary expense when buying one. While you may envision building villas on pristine white sand beaches, or perhaps on the island's south side. Maybe you want to have your own movie theater. Whatever it is, you must first locate the ideal spot to establish your foundation and bring those visions to reality. Nevertheless, the cost of the island can differ significantly depending on where you decide to make the purchase. It's surprising to know that Canada has the largest number of private islands available for purchase worldwide. What's even more astonishing is that you can acquire an island in this country for under $200,000. And if you're particularly frugal, it's astounding to discover that you can even own an island for just under $100,000. A fascinating example of an affordable private island is Half Island, located in Nova Scotia. For a mere $65,000, which is less than half the average cost of a home, you can purchase this magnificent 6-acre island located just under a mile from the mainland. It's worth noting that this island is situated in one of the most scenic parts of the country, providing stunning views and a serene atmosphere. It's a unique opportunity to own a private island without breaking the bank. But hold on to your hats, because there's a catch to this fantastic deal. For just $65,000, you can have your own little slice of paradise on Half Island in Nova Scotia. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. In the winter, temperatures around the island can plummet to negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit, making it unbearable to live on. Even during the summer, getting supplies to the island can be quite challenging. Let's be real. When you think of a private island, you're probably not picturing a chilly, isolated location. You're picturing sandy beaches, coconut juices, and sandals for your daily outfit. When you think of private islands, the Caribbean likely comes to mind, with its thousands of islands, rolling hills, pristine beaches, and crystal clear waters. It's a breathtaking location where you can build your tropical oasis. And the good news is that there are plenty of islands to choose from. Although the prices aren't that cheap as you might think, for a smaller, more remote plot of land, you can purchase an island in the Caribbean for between $1 and $3 million. Be prepared to dig deep into your pockets, because if you have your sights set on a larger private island located in a popular and sought-after location, you'll need to fork out a hefty sum, starting at $30 million and getting as high as $100 million. Islands in popular chains such as the Exumas, the Abaco Islands, and the Berry Islands have a distinct advantage over remote islands. They're located in close proximity to larger towns and cities, making it easier for owners and guests to access them. Spectabilis Island in the Exumas is a prime example. This 460-acre island boasts dozens of white sand beaches, scenic hilltop views, and ample space for potential construction. The best part? It's only 230 miles away from Miami and a mere 60 miles from the capital. While it comes with a steep price tag, the added bonus of owning an island in the Exumas and being able to say, "Yes, I have an island in the Exumas," is hard to resist. Little Ragged Island, a 700-acre island that's listed for $35 million, is one of the more remote areas in the Caribbean. However, compared to Spectabilis, it offers almost double the land for half the price. But that's not all. With 30,000 feet of shoreline, equivalent to about 5.6 miles, and 2 ponds providing access to fresh water, Little Ragged Island is quite unique. It's priced at $35 million, almost half the cost of Spectabilis, but it's a lot more remote. The 110-mile-long Ragged Island chain is incredibly underdeveloped, with only one small town and a population of 72 people, which means you'll have that 5.6 miles of shoreline all to yourself. If you're someone who enjoys nightlife and dining out at fancy restaurants, then buying an island with limited development may not be the best choice. Throughout all the price ranges and locations we have examined, one common feature stands out. The islands are underdeveloped. When you buy a private island, it's not just the land that you are paying for to build your dream house. At first, this may not seem like a big deal, especially if you have enough money to buy an island. However, it's important to note that there are additional costs associated with building on an island. Yep, the reality is much more complex and thrilling than just buying a piece of land. An island might seem like a dream purchase, but before you start planning your dream house, there are some realities you need to face. First and foremost, you need to figure out if you can even build on the island you've bought. Many island locations, such as the Caribbean, have strict environmental laws due to the region's fragile ecosystem. In such cases, you'll be required to conduct an environmental impact study before making any alterations to the island. However, this study comes with a hefty price tag, at least $50,000. Canada is another place where environmental laws are common, especially on lake and ocean islands that may be home to endangered animals. Would you really want to displace adorable creatures such as this marmot? How adorable! To really drive home the point, building on islands in Ontario is no easy feat. Not only are you required to conduct an expensive environmental study beforehand, but there are also numerous environmental protection laws that will drive up the cost of your build. For instance, in Ontario, you're only allowed to build on an island if there is more than an acre of buildable land available, which means buying a small island for a bargain isn't even worth it unless you're happy with camping. And even if you do meet these requirements, regulations on how you access the island, how you gather water, and how you generate electricity are strictly enforced to safeguard the natural beauty of the lakes and oceans. To build a home on a private island, there are lots of logistics to figure out, and it's important to keep in mind how much they will run up the bill. In addition to the standard cost of building a home, firstly, you'll need to ship building supplies to the island, which doesn't come cheap. Then, you'll need to get heavyweight building equipment on the island, which requires specific boats. It may come as a surprise, but in addition to complying with environmental regulations, you'll also need to have skilled contractors, plumbers, and electricians on the island daily once you've spent thousands of dollars to get the building supplies there. Be prepared for massive costs just to get your building crew on site. Well, if your private island is situated far away from the nearest town with accommodations, like Little Ragged Island in the Caribbean, expect significant expenses to transport your construction crew to the site. If you want fast access to the island, you'll have to build a way for your preferred mode of transportation to reach it. Building an airstrip is an option, but it can cost upwards of $1 million according to most estimates. A dock for boats and seaplane access or a helipad are relatively more affordable options, but still not inexpensive. However, it's worth noting that purchasing a developed island is generally much easier than an underdeveloped one. Check out this gem of an island, Frozen Key, nestled in the stunning Berry Island chain of the Bahamas. It's a prime example of what makes island living so alluring. Frozen Key is a stunning 40-acre island that boasts both boat and seaplane accessibility. The island comes with a hefty price tag of $17 million, but it's worth every penny. This island has everything, from its pristine white beaches and lush forests with a total of 6 bedrooms and bathrooms. This piece of heaven is 4,145 square feet in total size. And of course, the heated swimming pool is totally perfect for taking a dip in. The island also has an 806 square foot manager's cottage, a 1,534 foot staff cottage, and a marina that can accommodate yachts up to 100 feet long. Yet another expense associated with private islands is maintenance, which is applicable to Frozen Key as well. If you can afford a private island, you are likely occupied with work and cannot spend all of your time enjoying a glass of wine on the beach. To avoid risks such as break-ins and damage, it's crucial to have your private island occupied and well-maintained. While the majority of this video has focused on the expenses linked with owning a private island, there's also the potential for generating income when you're not using your property. And yes, it's the same thing a lot of property owners do. Wealthy individuals often rent out their private islands too. For instance, take Choini Key, one of the islands in the Bahamas, which requires a minimum payment of $14,000 per day for 2 people. But wait, there's more! For every extra person you bring along, it costs an additional $500 per day. So, if you decide to bring along only 4 more guests, you'll have to shell out at least $16,000 per day. Not to mention the gratuity for the hospitable service. Assuming that Choini Key is rented out at the minimum rate for double occupancy throughout the year, the property would generate a revenue of at least $5 million. It's not just about the potential for extra income that makes owning a private island worthwhile. There's also the pure pleasure of having your own slice of paradise, a secluded oasis miles away from anyone else. It's an unparalleled joy that can't be found elsewhere. Rising to the side of your personal beach, savoring a glass of wine on your deck with the ocean view, and even relaxing in your underwear because, well hey, you make the rules, it's your island. These are just some of the simple yet luxurious pleasures that come with owning a private island. Private islands have always been a coveted possession, and there are numerous reasons why people aspire to own one. So yes, I know what you're thinking. Now that we revealed how much it can actually cost to have a private island under your name, is owning a private island truly a good investment? Is it worth the exorbitant expenses, lengthy regulatory procedures, and laborious transportation of construction materials and facilities just to relax on an island that you can call your own? And lastly, what do you want to call your island, and what would you build on it to go enjoy the luxurious life? Comment below your thoughts and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Now check out this video right here to watch more from our channel. Thanks!